What's up, guys? I'm back talking about some movies. Let's get into it. Haven't seen a lot lately because like nothing's really been good that's out, and plus I've been busy with some music stuff, being back from summer. Nothing good has really come out. Like all this shit has come out, and I'm just like, I don't want to see any of this stuff. So let's talk about X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Ladies and gentlemen of NASA, this is Charles Xavier. Help is on the way.
We're doing space missions now. Cool.
We done?
Are you threatening me?
That's right.
That would be a bad idea.
So let's talk about Toy Story 4.
Everyone, Bonnie made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already making friends.
No, she literally made a new friend. I want you to meet Forky.
Hi.
Hello.
He's a sport.
Yes, yeah, I know.
So Toy Story 4 is the sequel to Toy Story 3, the sequel to Toy Story 2, which is the sequel to Toy Story 1. All your favorite toys are back. Woody and Buzz and all the other toys. Pixar. Let me talk about Pixar for a minute, because I got a bit of a rant with Pixar. They built this company on Toy Story, basically. Toy Story is their thing. And from there, they've exploded. They've done great things. Toy Story 1 and 2 are near perfect films. Toy Story 2 being my favorite of all the Toy Stories. Probably my favorite Pixar movie, other than Monsters, Inc. And maybe WALL-E. Ever since WALL-E, they've just been sequel after sequel. Cars 2 and Cars 3. Monsters University. The Good Dinosaur. They've just been trash movies almost. Just half-assed. Not nearly as much originality, creativity, and it really shows in the product. Going into Toy Story 4, was not that excited. I saw the trailers and I see a new toy, Forky, voiced by Tony Hale, and he ends up being the best part of this movie. Disney, as shameless as they are, they're just gonna keep shelling out Toy Story sequels, Pixar sequels now. They're doing their live action shit, which is, I don't even want to get into that. I'll get into that when I see The Lion King, because I couldn't bother seeing Aladdin. But with Toy Story 4, it's okay. The best parts of this movie were at Forky. He kind of steals the show when he's on screen. So the biggest problem of this movie is that it's all Woody. They literally throw aside Buzz, the dinosaur, Mr. Potato Head. I don't even think Mr. Potato Head has a line. R.I.P. Don Rickles. But none of these characters have any time on screen almost, and it's just like the Woody and Bo show once they meet up. Before I get into spoilers, right? So Toy Story 4, it's fine as a sequel to Toy Story 3. I didn't love Toy Story 3, but it's good enough to stand on its own. But they don't compare to Toy Story 1 and 2. I feel the exact same way about Toy Story 4, just a little lesser so than Toy Story 3. But this does not do anything new. It doesn't do anything fresh with the characters. All the characters are the same. I wasn't blown away at all. People are saying this is the greatest Toy Story ever, and I just don't see it because nothing really happens. Wrap up the non-spoilers. It was okay. Yeah, so here's my spoiler thoughts. We're focused on Woody and Bo Peep for 90% of this movie. Once they meet up, that's all them. Every other toy is cast aside. Buzz, I feel like Buzz is thrown to the side. Jesse's thrown to the side. All the other characters are thrown to the side just to focus on getting Woody and Bo to eventually be together at the end and not go back with Bonnie. And their mission is to get Forky from this antique shop that is being guarded by this Gabby Gabby doll, voiced by Christina Hendricks. And she's set up as the antagonist. I don't know exactly when they became friends, because eventually she helps him out to get out of the antique shop. So it doesn't make sense. I don't know when the change in motive, or what her motive was for keeping Forky there. It was because she was alone. It's not made clear. So when they get out, it's just like, oh, they gotta find Gabby a friend, because so her character is that she was she was not functional out of the box or whatever, so she's like sad that she never had like a kid, so they eventually get her a kid at the carnival thing. So there's that. But all of this movie is focused on new lesser so characters other than Forky. Forky is funny, and then the Key and Peele characters, they have one funny thing and then they're just like annoying. Like they're good characters, but they're just like not good enough to carry this movie. It just didn't focus on the right things, in my opinion. It really didn't take anything forward. It just, from the beginning, you knew Woody, they wanted to write Woody so he leaves Bonnie and gets back with Bo. So that's just the focus of the movie. They just ignored everything else. And it's just like, but these are the Toy Story, like these are the toy characters and none of them are in the movie. It's just like, oh, here they are at the end when they get out of the antique shop. So like, we're stuck with these new characters that aren't interesting other than Forky, because Forky's funny. But he's barely in it. Once they introduce him and then he gets kidnapped, he's gone until the very end basically. And you see him here and there, but like where did he go? Yeah, all the voice actors are back. I didn't think they sounded that old compared to The Incredibles. Like, in The Incredibles, you can really tell, like, they aged a lot.
I play Bob Parr, Mr. Incredible. And he's, he's a pretty typical guy. I'd say in many ways, he's quite naive.
And it was weird seeing a 40-year-old man that sounds 80. And it was just like, what? But I think Tim Allen and Tom Hanks did a fine job. Everything is fine in this movie. It's a very fine movie. It's not groundbreaking. It's just, I feel like it wastes its time with these characters that aren't really like super interesting or funny. Like, why was this even made? Like, why do you make a movie if it's not going to do anything to push the characters forward? None of the characters get any treatment except for Woody. Is it Woody's story? I thought it was called Toy Story. It's 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, a light 6 maybe. I'd give it a 5.
Don't let Woody leave. Kids lose their toys every day.
I was made to help a child. I don't remember it being this hard.
Woody, somebody's whispering in your ear. Everything's gonna be okay.
All right, so the other movie I saw yesterday, directed by Danny Boyle.
This was my last gig. If it has happened by now, it's like a miracle.
Miracles happen.
What happened?
Electricity flicked off all over the world.
Yesterday, Ellie bought you a present. All my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
Why did you write that?
I didn't write it. Paul McCartney wrote it. The Beatles.
Who?
Stars Himesh Patel, Lily James, Ed Sheeran, a load of other like celebrities. Kate McKinnon's in it. Yesterday, it has a weird concept. There's like a power outage, or like a worldwide power outage, and guy wakes up. The Beatles never existed. He's a singer-songwriter. He remembers the Beatles and no one else does, so he starts writing the Beatles songs and he gets famous from it. But all the people complaining about it online were like, how can you do this? This doesn't make sense. I was like, okay, it sounds like a fun concept. Let's try it out. And for the most part, it works. This is a good movie until it's not, basically. So the biggest issue of this movie is how annoying every single side character is. 90% of this movie is people shitting on the main character and what he's trying to do. I don't know if it was because of him writing all these great songs. They had to like balance him being like the lyrical messiah like the Beatles like are. Like he references a few times like I'm like writing like the music Jesus or something, and then his parents shit on him. He has like annoying best friends. His manager, the love interest really, his manager, who we can never tell he's in love with her because they've been friends for so long. There's that thing going on, and they had a good chemistry. Patel and Lily James, they had like good back and forth. They had good chemistry, but like every single sidekick, even Ed Sheeran's like really annoying and weird in this movie. I don't understand. I don't like Ed Sheeran anyway. His music's pretty shitty. So like seeing him on screen, I was just like, yeah, this is fine. But I feel like most of the movie is wasted with these side characters, especially Kate McKinnon.
Hi, we should talk. See, we pay and you write songs, and then you make a ton of money, and then we take most of it.
When Kate McKinnon's introduced, the movie nearly falls off the rails. Like the concept is fun enough. Himesh Patel's charisma is good enough to carry this movie, but Kate McKinnon tries her hardest to ruin it. Like, I don't know if it was supposed to be like a take on how the music industry is like not great. Like, it's never been great, but these record labels will treat their acts like shit and like just use them for money, and it's very obvious like that was like the motive. The weakest part was the script, really, because I just feel like a lot of these side characters didn't need to be in the movie, and it was just like annoying. Seeing all these Beatles tunes played by somebody else and seeing all this stuff was fun. Like I said, Kate McKinnon is not good in this movie. She really just needed to like calm down. I don't really need to talk about spoilers with this one. Go watch it for yourself because it's a good time. Just ignore the side characters because they all shit on him for no reason and it doesn't make sense. Like, that's not like real. They didn't feel like real relationships other than him and Lily James. So go see it for the Beatles music. Yeah, yesterday a strong 6.
I've been waiting half my life for you to wake up and love me. But I'm a school teacher and you are the world's greatest singer-songwriter.
I'm not.
Except for you are.
It's gonna be the greatest album of all time.
I've got 2 men who claim that the songs are theirs. Let's see how this plays out, shall we?
There's something you should know.
Please make some noise for Mr. Jack Mallet!
Let me just give you this advice. Song title. Hey, Dude. Hey Dude, are you sure?
Hey, dude.
It's so much better.
Do it.
Yeah, see you in the next one.